Sports in the 20s. Media edition creates sports stars. Sports which grew and flourished in the 1920s due to apprehending publicity and promotion, including baseball, tennis, golf, swimming, football, and boxing. During the 1920s, basketball was a big hit with the people. Minor league games were hosted in arenas, gyms, and armories everywhere. But then the U.S. was hit with World War II. Shortly after the Berlin Olympics, the league fell apart as the players and the audience were swept into the war. Player would jump league, but some cases the whole team jumped the league. In the 1920s, professional basketball attracted far more spectators than college basketball. It was extremely disorganized. A player might be part of one team that night and another the next, according to whoever offered him more money. The popularity of tennis increased dramatically in the 1920s, with women competing in the Waitman's Cup and the men competing in the Davis Cup matches. The most famous woman in the tennis during this time period was Helen Wills, while Bill Titan remained in the men's division. Helen Wills was the first American-born woman to achieve international celebrity as an athlete. She won 8 Wimbledons, 4 French championships, and 7 U.S. between 1923 and 1938.
The Roaring 20s. Babe Ruth is often referred to as the greatest player of all time. He has broken many records and had a very successful career in baseball. Babe Ruth was 19 years old when he was launched into his very successful baseball career. He first played in the big league on July 11th, 1914, with the Boston Red Sox. His last game was played on May 30th, 1935. This is the legendary Jim Thorpe. On this day in 1920, 7 men, including legendary all-around athlete and football star Jim Thorpe, met to organize a professional football league at the Jordan and Humble Auto Showroom in Santan, Ohio. The meeting led to the creation of the American Football League. Boxing in the 20s. In the early 1920s, America had banned boxing. In the beginning of the 1920s, New York states had passed the Walker Law. This law made boxing legal only to the New York states. After seeing how New York's success, other states followed. One of the greatest promoters of all time was a man by the name Tex Richard. He was a boxing promoter. Richard was the best at giving the public the image of one fighter being the good guy and the other fighter being the bad guy. This would result in a more exciting match for the public and also a greater turnout in the match's attendance.